When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will. It's probably not the right parlance, but no kidding, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
Unexplained aerial phenomena says most of them are still unexplained. According to the report, the intelligence community reviewed 144 incidents like this one from 2015, documented by a Navy pilot.
Oh my gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
First public hearing on UFOs or UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, in more than half a century.
For far too long, this issue wasn't even taken very seriously. It was essentially relegated to science fiction. But in a very real sense, UAPs present a very real national security risk, and the Intelligence Committee has a responsibility to investigate.
The hearing comes almost a year after the Director of National Intelligence released a highly anticipated report which examined 144 reports of UAPs, but identified only a single one, which turned out to be a deflated balloon. Quote, "The others remain unexplained." The report also documents 11 instances in which pilots reported near misses with a UAP.
This is not tinfoil hats and, conversations of Elvis being on the mothership.
This video, I want to show it to you now, where it was taken by one plane and they saw against the night sky those three little dots there. Look at them. They're moving in concert. The airplane that spotted them said, "We don't know what that is." They tried to chase it down. They could not chase it down.
Forward to share information with our committee over the last couple of years. I would imagine some of them are potentially some of the same people that perhaps he's referring to. I want to be very protective of these people. A lot of these people came to us even before these protections were in the law for whistleblowers to come forward.
Sorry, people who have had firsthand knowledge, who claim to have firsthand knowledge of seeing this type of thing?
Or have firsthand knowledge or firsthand claims of certain things. Some are public figures, and we've heard from them in the past. Others have not shared publicly. And so we're trying to gather as much of that information as we can. And the reason why I'm being cautious, I'm not trying to be evasive, but I am trying to be protective of these people. Some of these people still work in the government. And frankly, a lot of them are very fearful of their jobs, fearful of their clearances, fearful of their career. And some, frankly, are fearful of harm coming to them.
So that category of people who have firsthand knowledge, who say they have actually seen these kinds of things, do you find many of them credible?
Well, I don't find them either not credible or credible because we have no basis. Understand some of these claims are things that are beyond sort of the realm of what any of us has ever dealt with. What I think we owe them is just a mature, understand, listening and trying to put all these pieces together and just sort of intake the information without any prejudgment or jumping to any conclusions in one direction or another. I will say I find most of these people at some point, or maybe even currently, have held very high clearances and high positions within our government.
More than 50 years ago, the U.S. government ended Project Blue Book, an effort to catalog and understand sightings of objects in the air that could not otherwise be explained. For more than 20 years, that project had treated unidentified anomalies in our airspace as a national security threat to be monitored and investigated. In 2017, we learned for the first time that the Department of Defense had quietly restarted a similar organization tracking what we now call unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. Last year, Congress rewrote the charter for that organization, now called the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group.